On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, I will start with my weekly knot tying series. We have word of a potential record white perch and a few reports from around the island, all here at thefisherman.com.
The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners.
We here at The Fisherman hope you had a happy and healthy Christmas. With the favorable forecast for New Year's Eve, maybe you can get out there and get in on some last day sea bass fishing. Some of the party boats that will be making the trip are the Viking in Montauk, the Laurel out of Captree, the Superhawk in Point Lookout, the Captain Lou in Freeport, and the Captain Dave 3 in Brooklyn. Take a look at their sailing schedules for departure times. Some of these boats leave right at night before the date of the trip, so check the links in this video's description for all the information. Level will be doing their annual Christmas tree project at Smith's Point next month. No date has been picked for the project yet, but you could drop off your queen Christmas tree at Smith's Point County Park between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. starting now. Call 631-852-1313 to verify somebody is there. We also have some breaking fishing news. Rich Miller from Lindenhurst Bait and Tackle waiting a potential record white perch at Saltwater's Bait and Tackle before the holiday. The 2-pound, 12-ounce perch was caught in a South Shore tidal creek. Check out the link in this video's description or click on the card in the top right for a great read on white perch. I know many of you have a New Year's resolution when it comes to fishing, and I'm not saying catching more fish, of course. That's pretty obvious. I'm saying like maybe learning a new fishing knot. I get many requests for how to tie the uni to uni knot, something all anglers should know how to tie. Here's my take on how to tie this one. One knot that every angler should know how to tie is a uni to uni knot. This knot is perfect for a direct connection from braid to monofilament or fluorocarbon, and it's easy to tie as well. It only takes a matter of 30 seconds, if that. I'm going to show you guys how to tie it here today. First, what you want to do is you want to take your braided line. I use blue so you guys can see it a lot better. Then take your monofilament or fluorocarbon leader material. You want to cross them over each other just like this. I like to always start with the braid. So what I'll do is take the braid and I'm going to loop it over the fluorocarbon, just like this. Once I have that loop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the braid around both lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing 5 twists here because I'm using 50-pound braid. If you're using a thinner braid, I suggest going more like 7 or 8 twists. At this point, you want to cinch down your braid, just like that. So half your knot is done already. Next, we're going to switch everything over. I like to switch positions here. Now we're going to do the fluorocarbon. Same thing, but just remember the fluorocarbon is a lot thicker, so it's going to require less twists for it to work. Loop it over the braid this time. And instead of going 5, I'm going to go 3 with the fluorocarbon. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Sometimes the fluorocarbon requires a little bit extra to get the cinch down, so I'm just going to wet it with my mouth a little bit. Okay, so now that we did that, I'm going to grab one end, grab the other end, and pull that nice and tight, just like that. Okay, so now both sides are tight. I'm going to wet the middle here so these knots can slide into each other. Now I'm going to grab the braided line right here and grab the fluorocarbon line and pull. Give it a pull just to make sure it's tight. At this point, you want to trim away your tag ends. And that's it. That's how you tie the uni to uni knot. From Sag Harbor, we have Will and Andy. Guys,
Hey everyone, just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, wonderful time of the year, important to spend it with family and friends. On the fishing front, not a whole lot happening right now. Season's definitely starting to die down. We have a couple more days for some black sea bass and some cod fishing, if that's open all year round, if that's your thing. There's also fly fishing options around Long Island locally, and tons of other kind of steelhead and other winter opportunities in upstate New York. So still a lot happening. Exciting time of the year, guys. Stay tuned. Thanks.
Thanks, Matt. So, as Will said, it's getting to that time of year where, saltwater fishing is kind of tapering off unless you want to stay out there with the foul weather gear and the snow and go for some cod. So, maybe some transitioning to freshwater. As Will said, a lot of good options still in Long Island and upstate. And, I think a good New Year's resolution, I think Will can agree, would be to try to find some more fishing spots, and try to seek out new areas away from big crowds. And so hopefully we'll try to get that done in 2022. So we hope you all have a very happy and healthy New Year, and looking forward to some more tight lines. Back to you, Matt.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Hope the holiday season is going well, and everyone's excited for all to come in 2022. Been talking about, resolutions for fishing for next year. In my latest article in the Fisherman, I touch on a few topics. Two of the most important ones, though, that I need to work on and are my resolutions for the 2022 fishing season are first keeping a log, and the second is scouting spots. Once the spring comes, those first fish are around. It's really exciting after some very boring months. And I don't always put the time in to get to those spots. In the spring, the fish are obviously in the bay, but when they first show up in the ocean, it's just an invaluable amount of information of being able to get down to the beach at low tide to see where the structure is, where the rips are going to form, where the troughs are, and whatnot. And I'm lucky enough to live a pretty quick drive to the beach out on the East End, so easier said than done for a lot of people. So that's definitely something. And even in the spring, a lot of the spring spots in the Back Bay is to go and look. I mean, with the weather patterns and everything else that that goes on, it's good to kind of like take a look and put some time in, so you're heading to once those fish are around, and you're not wasting valuable time that one spot would most likely be more productive over another. The second thing that I really need to focus on is a log. While I take a million pictures pretty much of every fish that I catch, I don't always am able to jog my memory back to a year earlier of what that tide was, what the moon was, and whatnot, and even just kind of wasting the time of like going back through to to look up what was that moon cycle at that point, when I know that picture was like from a trip that was pretty good. So it's pretty quick. Most of the time our fishing time can be kind of limited, so to allocate some of that time to keeping the log can kind of be a hassle. But I don't know personally, but I know for a fact firsthand from other friends that keeping a log, even if it's just few minor details of wind, tide, moon, it is just going to prove to bring fishing to the next level. And that's what I'm looking to do for next year. Hopefully the same for you guys. And throughout the off season, we're going to have various topics that we'll discuss, and of what we're going to do different to attack the next season to be the better one, gear, your questions, whatnot. So don't hesitate to reach out. Wishing everybody a happy New Year. All the best to you and your families for 2022. And I'll talk to you next week. Back to you, Matt.
Let's check in with Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Well, hello, Matt. Well, here it is, Christmas week, and my wife and I decided to come up to New Hampshire and for our 26th anniversary and do a little snowshoeing, not fishing, but snowshoeing. We had a great time. It's beautiful up here. But if there's a fly shop close by, I'm going to go to it. And we did find one called Mountain High Fly Shop over in the White Mountains. Great shop, great shop. If you're ever up there, look them up. They're terrific. But as far as fishing goes, a lot of reports that could be coming in. David, he's a big saltwater guy. He did very well this year with saltwater. But he said he didn't want to quit fishing, so he stopped in, got some flies, went up to the Croton system, and had a great day. He says it's terrific. Kenny, with his grandson Ryan, They actually fished the Carls River. Great fishing. They had a terrific time. So there is no, you don't have to stop fishing. New York State rivers are open 12 months out of the year, catch and release only, but check them out. And until next week, tight lines.
Bye.
Raul Ortiz, the urban angler, has this report from the Western Sound and South Shore.
Fishing continues to be hot, and a lot of fish around, anywhere from schoolie size to slot size, with your occasional over slot size fish. You know, for December, I really can't complain. You got great weather, the water temps are just right, and you know, fishing is red hot here in the city since October. You know, I'm not complaining. You know, most of the migrating fish have moved on and stuff like that, but you still got some stragglers around. Anyway, guys, you know, if you want to put in some time and you don't mind the cold or the rain, fish are there if you put it in. Anyway, I just want to wish you all a happy, healthy New Year, and I wish you the best. Tight lines. Back to you, Matt.
Please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and social media pages. If you like what you've been seeing here on our YouTube channel, please like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified when we post a new video on YouTube. And please subscribe to the Fisherman magazine for the most up-to-date fishing content in the Northeast. Also, from me and the staff at the magazine, have a happy and healthy New Year. Let us know what your fishing resolution is by dropping a comment below. We will see you right here next week at thefisherman.com.
Steigercraft boats, built by people who fish our waters. Serious anglers choose Steigercraft for their 40 years of boat building experience right here in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Visit steigercraft.com for a dealer near you.